Is the overgrown relic worth it to you? I'm thinking it isn't for me, but let's go through it. Upon choosing this relic, you will receive the Leprechaun's Vault. This item can be used to access the seed vault from anywhere in the world. So you can go out, pick up seeds, and deposit all your seeds into the seed vault, and you just save inventory space. But there's additionally, you get benefits to farming. Crops will never die. When planting a seed, it has a 75% chance to not be consumed. When a seed fully grows, if your seed vault has another seed of the same type, it will harvest the patch for you, then replant the seed. So to be clear, this will not happen while you are offline. So you are not going to, take a day off and come back to a massive spike of XP. You have to be online for the harvesting and planting portion. Now, if you're online all day, that's great, right? In addition, it will not upgrade your seed patch to the next seed. Or if you run out, it won't change. So if you only have cabbage, and then you run out of cabbage, well, I have some potato seeds, you have to go manually plant that first potato seed. A mod replied on the Discord saying something about, someone was basically saying they'll do their farm runs themselves. It's like, yeah, every 33 minutes with a 4 times growth speed. So that, if that's real, that means that there's a base 4 times growth speed. So farming isn't as bad as base game. But with that being said, is it worth it? Because this is going up against the Grimoire. So if you don't have the desert, you're going to lose ancients. If you don't have Fremenic, you're going to lose lunar spells. If you don't have Zaya, you're going to lose the Arceus spellbook. You're going to lose access to all the prayers that you don't normally have unlocked. That's a bunch of DPS, a bunch of defense, a bunch lost for farming. How much do you care about getting 50 mil farming, right? Now, I will say this does look fun for a certain type of account. An alt. If I were to have an alt account on the league, which I'm considering, I don't know. I don't normally have a membership at all. I play the seasonal modes anymore. But some people have 2 accounts, and they've talked about taking the fishing relic, taking Golden God. That way they can do a lot of AFK activities for 25 minutes while they're, or whatever the AFK timer is, while they're playing on their main account. If you're doing that, you can now add in overgrown. And as long as you go and collect a bunch of seeds, you can basically AFK your farming, AFK your prayer, AFK your money making, AFK your magic, AFK your fishing for 25 minutes at a time. That's pretty powerful if you can't actively play the game, right? With that being said, to me, I don't know. Is it worth this relic slot for farming? Because we're still another relic that we don't know what it is. And I did some damage calculations because I really want to go range, even if there's 3 styles, you can use all 3. I'm probably going to prioritize range because I did a lot of magic last time. And I'm just doing some of the basic math, and I'm just like, I miss out so much if I don't take Grimoire. Even though I already have 2 of the 3 spellbooks that are unlocked. And this is what it's up against. Doesn't really do it for me. I guess if you're a player who wanted to, and again, this is a unique scenario. If you're a player who wanted to rush the farming high scores, this is for you, right? You rush to this, you collect as much seeds as you can, high-ranking seeds, and you pick the regions that have the most farming patches, and as long as you stay logged in, you're going to get a lot of experience. If you wanted to rush that, that's kind of cool, right? I guess. If you want to be that's one of the leaderboards you could rush, right? Some people want to do that. I guarantee there'll probably be someone sitting there at 200 million farming by the end of this that probably on an alt that just rushed it. But I'm taking Wilderness. What does that mean? Well, that means that I don't have any farming patches in the Wilderness. I'm also taking Desert and Fremenic, which aren't amazing as far as I remember in farming patch increases. Now, that in some way makes this better. Right? It makes this better. Because that means, hey, My limited farming is now improved. I'm also not planning to take Fairy's Flight, which again, technically makes this a little better. Hey, now your farming is improved. But at the same time, I'm taking Wilderness. And there are drops in the Wilderness that make me go, do I really need a farming relic? Do I need my farming to be 99? If I was taking Asgarnia still, and I was going to be pushing for a max cape, for sure, maybe. But if I play the entirety of the league, I have to assume I'm going to get 99 farming by the end of it just by doing my runs. And what is it up against, right? There is a chance it's up against something crazy that's better than Grimoire. And if it's better than Grimoire, it has to be better than this, right? Now, this does leave us to future reveals. If this is not with Grimoire, and this is not with Golden God, and Grimoire is not with Golden God, what is with Golden God? And my guess is going to be Trickster, which would work really well with this. Trickster. Why do I think Trickster? Because Trickster hasn't been shown. We don't have a thieving relic yet, right? And we have buffs that still need to be made to agility and to thieving through relics. My guess would be it's going to be Golden God with Trickster, maybe another one, maybe a third. I could see it being a 2 relic tier. And taking Wilderness, I'm not taking Trickster. I've seen people in the Discord like the Trickster is so powerful, whatever. But I can get agility out there. I can get thieving out there. I don't mind doing the early levels of thieving. I'll go squirk it in the desert with people, right? I'll just go squirk it for a bit, and then I'll do the Wilderness thieving. Or I'll go do some laps, because I have to do some laps probably for tasks anyway. I'll just go do a bunch of laps and then go do the Wilderness agility. So in that case, if it does end up being Trickster versus Golden God, even though I don't need Golden God, I don't need it. I don't need it because I am Wilderness and I have access to so much money out there and I have access to so much prayer out there. I would have, in my opinion, more benefit from the infinite money than I would having another AFK activity with like semi-AFK thieving, right? So, because infinite money, what does that mean? Well, that means I can do crafting. I mean, crafting. Well, crafting easier, but I can do things like fletching super, super fast. I mean, I could probably afford that with Wilderness anyway. I can do construction. I mean, construction, right? I mean, I have Fremenic, so I can do construction super, super quick, super, super powerful. I'm taking Banker's Note. I can basically just completely destroy construction all the way to 200 mil XP very quickly. So if I do all that and I have those done, I mean, that gives me more time to do farming runs, I guess. I don't know. This relic doesn't do it for me. I think if I decide to do an alt, if before it begins, if there's more like different tier stuff I can stack up that's literally like AFK experience, I might do an alt just because. And on that alt, maybe instead of Golden God, I could take Golden God. Maybe I would take Trickster and sit at Master Farmers. Take Kandarin or wherever gives me the most allotment patches and just sit at Master Farmers all day, throw all the seeds into the seed vault, and just, get farming XP, AFK. Another reason I think Trickster is going to be at the same tier as Golden God is I can't imagine they're going to set it up in a way where first of all, I can't imagine they're going to get rid of Trickster, but I can't imagine they're going to be like, yeah, you can, I don't think you can. You probably wouldn't be able to high alch while you're thieving, and I don't think they would want that competing. Wilderness, I will say, for my planning is getting better and better. I spent some time with the clue steps, looking up different clue options, and I am feeling really good, especially with Grimoire right now for a teleport. I don't really need anything special there, but like I found what I think is a real, funny enough, a good moneymaker, but a good moneymaker slash chin bursting spot type location. So I'm kind of dotting that down in my head. But this relic, I mean, if I had a third region with farming patches, and I felt like I would get a lot of benefit out of it, but like I can just mostly skip farming. I can come back to it when I have, other skills up and I don't have anything else to, really be training. And maybe Equilibrium comes back in this tier, and Equilibrium's just so good this isn't needed anyway. Maybe Equilibrium's so good that I'm even willing to get rid of my extra DPS. I'm doubting it, but maybe.